Most Medisoft users know how to keep a note that's relative to a certain transaction or a specific payment. What you may not know is that there's a way to keep a chronological list of notes, maybe documenting conversations you've had with patients or internal notes that are relative to collections that you can refer back to. Today we're going to show you how to do that in Final Draft. So stay with us for our tip of the week.
In today's video, I'm going to show you a feature in Medisoft called Final Draft. Now, this is one of those features in Medisoft that not a lot of people know about, but I think a lot of you are going to like it. It's a way, really, Final Draft serves two purposes. It's a way for you to be able to record internal notes or documentation very easily on a patient. Nothing to do with the billing portion of it, but more so just internal things that you would never want a patient to see, or maybe you just want to keep notes of histories of conversations you've had about collections or whatever you might need there for internal documentation. It's a quick and easy way to do that. I'll show you that in just a moment. The second reason is you're really able to generate any type of form, letter, birthday card, consent forms, whatever it is you have out of Medisoft that you find yourself generating over and over again. If you have any letters that you do in your office, things like that, the Medisoft can print those out for you, and it'll automatically put in any of the fields from your Medisoft program. So let me show you how this works. First, just let me show you very quickly how to record patient notes in Medisoft, internal notes again. So if you're in a patient anywhere in the program and you click this little icon here, again, it's called Edit Patient Notes in Final Draft. It's going to bring up this little Word document. It's like a word processing document, right? And it'll have it'll automatically date and timestamp your different notes. You have a history of all the internal notes here. So this was actually put in by a user called AZCOMP on April the 7th, 2017 at 1:31 p.m. And here are the notes for that conversation. And then another one on December 20th, 2017 at 10:26 a.m. And you'll see that as you go down, it's automatically going to keep track of any notes that you put in with an automatic user stamp, date, time, and date and time stamp. It's also going to automatically start a new note for you every time you come in here. So you can just quickly just press the enter key, add any new notes, hit save on your way out. And again, it's going to keep a nice long history, everything with a date and time stamp of your different internal notes. So no matter where you are in the program, as long as you're in that patient's account and you press the Final Draft icon, you're going to be going to a different patient now. Click Final Draft. You'll see that this is the notes for this patient, put in by Susan on September the 10th, 2020 at 2:07 p.m. So on and so forth. And again, you'll notice that it starts for me today, a new date and time stamp note, so I can just type in my notes here. So good way to record internal notes. Now, for the second thing Final Draft can do is it'll allow you to generate any types of forms, letters, again, birthday cards, really whatever you want to do in the program. So let me show you how this works real quick. Over here, when I click on the Open folder, over here on the right-hand side, you see how there's different types of letters or documents or narratives or notes or templates. There's also a section here called Samples. And as I scroll through this list here, you're going to see that the program comes with all sorts of different samples here, anything from waivers to authorization forms to consent forms to birthday cards to reminders, all sorts of different things here. So it's a good place to start. Now, I doubt that any of these are really going to be usable for you out of the box, but they're here to kind of give you an idea of what you can do. So let me start this again. Let's pretend like I want to do a return to work authorization. So I'm going to hit open and select my return to work authorization and hit open. Now, a couple of things you're going to notice is that there's these red pound signs throughout this document. Now, these red pound signs are going to indicate to you that that is pulling information out of your Medisoft program. So that's actually pulling the date, right? Or it's pulling the patient first name and the patient last name. It's pulling the injury date from the patient's case. It's pulling the employer name here, and so on and so forth, okay? So let's just go ahead and print this up. I'll show you how it fills in these fields for you. I'm going to click on this icon here called Letter Wizard. Again, I'm going to select my return to work authorization letter here. I'm going to hit next. And this gives you the criteria of how you can run this letter. You can do it by a group of patients if you want. If you're trying to, if this particular document you wanted to print for a group of patients, you could do that. A specific case or a single patient. For this demonstration, I'm going to choose just a specific patient. Dwight again, hit next. And I'm just going to preview this, and you'll see that it automatically again puts in the date, right? The patient name. If this date of injury is blank because I don't have that in his case in Medisoft, otherwise it would have put it there. And again, the employer information, and so on and so forth, right? So that's how it pulls the information out of your Medisoft program. So you can generate these letters quickly and easily. So let me just show you, just in a couple of minutes I have left here, I'm going to show you how to customize this. So if I want to customize this letter, let's say I want to add my logo real quick. Let me just go copy my logo. I'm going to paste it here into the letter. Let me resize that. It's a little bit smaller. Perfect. Now let's say that I want to remove the employer code here. And then down at the bottom, maybe I want to add the provider's name and address. Let's do that. I'm just going to go up to insert here at the top, and I'm going to tell it to insert a field. We're going to click on assign provider, and I'm going to tell it to insert on the right-hand column here. Let's see, we're going to do first name, insert, and then I'm going to tell it I want it to insert the assigned provider's last name. Select that. And now I want to tell it, let's go ahead and insert the credentials. So assigned provider credentials. Let me hit enter, and now I may want to put in the assigned provider's address. So let's scroll down and select assigned provider street 1, and then let's do city. I won't go through this all, but I just want you to get the idea of what you can do here. Any type of field that's in your Medisoft, you can really pull on these forms. So let's save this here. Now let me go back and run our letter wizard again. We'll select our same form here. Again, we'll select a single patient. We'll hit next and hit preview. And now you'll see that we've taken out the provider code. So now it's just the employer code. So now it's just the employer name. If you notice there before, we had the REA00. So we took that out. Down here, we've added the provider's name, first name, last name, credentials, as well as the address. Now, I didn't finish the address, but I just want to give you the idea of how that works. We also added the logo there. So you can really make these look, say whatever you want them to look and say, like just by using it as a word processor, but then again, inserting fields from your Medisoft program. Okay, so let me show you how the birthday works. I'm going to click on the letter wizard here. I'm going to select a birthday. I'm going to hit next, and let's just use the last case. Will automatically be selected. Go ahead and hit OK. Now here is where we're going to need to filter by the birth month, right? So I'm going to select filter. I'm going to scroll down to date of birth. I'm going to hit month only, and let's say anyone that's got a birthday in the month of September or the 9th month, hit OK. Let's add that filter. That's going to select 2 patients out of my list. I have a very short list, very small list. That's going to select 2 patients out of my list. I'm going to hit select both of those, hit next, and hit preview. And you'll see that now it's automatically filled in the patient's name and address, and so on. If I select the second one here, this one's for Jessica Carville. We don't have an address entered into her for Medisoft. That's why it's not displaying there, but it fills out the information. So you could print this out for everybody, of course, in your office. If you wanted to print it out on like a little card, of course, you could do that versus a full page just by selecting your paper options. But anyway, hope this information helps. Hope you can find some of it useful, and thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. If you want more videos like this, be sure to subscribe And also do us a favor and click that like button. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.